Namaste friends. In this video, I'll only talk about the changes that we have done in this version. The version currently released is 3.4.39. So let's get started. The first and foremost is the changes that are visible in the main window itself under KPNoX now. You can see here that there's a lot more information that has been added to each of the planets, and moreover you can also get information about the other three planets which we generally don't use in KP, but since there were a lot of requests to include these three planets at least in KPNoX now, we have shown these three also, which is Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. So you can also see it in the chart here. So irrespective of whether you're using North Indian chart, South Indian chart or East Indian chart, you will be able to see that information here. And secondly, you will also notice that the moon's sublord has been shown here as one of the ruling planets. Now apart from that, you will also notice some changes here under reports. You can now filter using either the ascendant, or you can also check if a particular planet is in retro. For example, in this case, if you just click on search, it will show you all the, none of the filters are applied. But let's assume you want to see a chart wherein the ascendant is, let's say, Capricorn, or you want to pick something which is based on Virgo. If there is a chart, it will show you that. Apart from that, you can also apply this filter for retro. So if you want charts which have a specific planet, let's say Mars in retro, you can use this filter and click on search. If there are any charts matching, you will see that in the list here. So this is the first part of the change that we have made. Now if we go to the client manager, you can, let's say I open this particular chart. Now in this chart, if you click on this particular icon here, earlier we had added only the D9 chart. Now you also have access to the D10 chart, which is also referred to as the Dashamsha. So this is the first change you will notice here. Now apart from that, we have also included information about the BCP, which is Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati. So the current house depends on the age. Age is a factor based on which there are some calculations. So based on that, it will show you what is the current running house for BCP or as per BCP. Moving on to the planets tab, you can double click on any planet here. For example, let's say I double click on moon. You get every single piece of information connected to moon in a single window. All the information based on the nakshatra, or whether a planet is in retro or is it combust. Every single calculation that you see across all these tabs for that planet is available in a single window here. Plus you will also notice if moon is aspecting any planet or house, whether it is positive or negative, and if there is any planet or planets which are aspecting moon, that information is also shown here, both positive and negative. So you can use it for any of the planets. Let's say we double click on Rahu. Rahu of course has no aspects. Rahu and Ketu do not aspect any planets. That's why you see not applicable here. But if there are any planets aspecting Rahu or Ketu, you will get to see them here. Apart from that, you will also see when the dasha starts, when the dasha ends, is it the current one or has the dasha already been completed. All of that information is available in the same window. Now let's move on to the houses tab. We have added a table here which shows the number of times a particular house is getting repeated as per Nadi significators. This is quite useful for those who practice Nadi astrology. Now let's move on to the Dasha tab. There are some features which are time savers for you here, especially let's say you are analyzing a particular event and you want to check the planetary position during that time frame. Let's say it was sometime in May or June, okay, 2014 or 2013. So in that case, what you would generally do is you would, you know, use the transit view to click and then go to, let's say, June. So June 12th, for example, some event took place on June 12, 2013. You would have to, encounter multiple clicks and then get to that transit chart. Now what you can do is, let's say you want to jump for a particular year in 2017, right, to particular month in 2017. Let's say we want to go to December or Jan. You can use one of these buttons here. There are 4 buttons shown here with double arrow, and you can simply jump to that particular date. Whatever is the end date, you can synchronize it with that. So that way, just with a couple of clicks, you will be able to get to the transit date that you want to check. Now apart from this, there is also a small button shown here, so you can click on this and you can pick the planet for which you want to look at the transit for that particular date. So let's say I want to look at moon. So I know moon was in the nakshatra of Saturn on this particular day, which is 13 Jan 2017. So that way it saves a lot of time for astrologers. Now, apart from this, we have also made a change, especially in terms of the way the degrees are shown. There were a couple of requests to, show the degree here based on the Rashi, not the actual degree. Now you can use this option under settings. You see degree calculation here. By default, it shows the actual degree. Now if you don't want to see the actual degree, you can click on Rashi. Just update this piece of information. Now let's say I open another chart here. So now you can see here in the status bar that the degrees are shown based on the Rashi. However, you will not see any change here. We haven't made changes here, but you will get to see the changes here. So let me just open this so you get an idea. You can see the difference. Okay, this is the actual degree and this is based on the Rashi degree. And the other thing that we have done is actually in the export part of it for degrees. If I just export this chart, you can see here that the degrees are shown. These are the actual degrees and these are the Rashi degrees calculated and shown in brackets. So these are some of the changes and updates that we have made for this particular release. I hope you'll find this video useful. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.